we're all feeling the pinch at the pump, so we've invited back certified auto mechanic and founder of Woman Auto Know.
Yes.
I get it, see? Who we have some basic fuel efficiency tips. Audra Fordin, hi.
Good to have you back, Audra.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, so teach us what we need to know about saving money.
If you're feeling it, I've got some really great tips for you here, starting with the junk in the trunk.
Oh, don't keep junk in the trunk.
Correct. Huh? Just like people, the heavier your car is, well, the
Just
more
like people in the trunk?
the more you have to lug around.
Yeah.
Right.
Lose the weight, and the less your car will have to lug around.
It's easy because I carry the boxes of water sometimes in the car. I just don't want to unload them, but that's not a good idea.
For every 100 pounds, you can lose up to 2% for fuel economy.
God.
What if you're trying to get rid of a body, though? Where are you supposed to put it? Just kidding, Audra. These are the jokes.
Lose it quick, lose it quick.
What about the drag? We've got something on the top here.
Well, and this is Auto Week, right? The drag is the aerodynamics of the car,
right,
which is wind resistance. So the faster the car moves, the more drag it gets. For example, if you're driving with your windows down or the moon roof open at high speeds, you're going to create drag, which is going to cost you in fuel economy.
You know, we used to have that big, awkward luggage carrier. Now they have cool ones, but the big box that would sit on top of the car.
Right.
Not probably so efficient.
Well, that's it. So you have the bike rack, the roof racks, even side view mirror extenders. I heard an antenna, and not keeping your car clean can all reduce, well, it can all increase drag.
Right, increase your drag.
And one more tip that I think is so important, and I like to remember that if you keep your windows down, while you're driving around town, that will save you in fuel economy with your AC off.
Got it. Okay, so windows down if you're driving around town, but if you're on the freeway, you want them up.
Correct.
Got it.
How about you're at the pump, octane, what level should you be buying? Do you have to buy high octane?
When you pull up, there's so many choices.
Right.
Check with your owner's manual, or perhaps it's on the fuel filler door or in the glove compartment. That will tell you if your car calls for 87 octane, you get absolutely no benefit from using a higher octane.
Okay, so only if it calls for high octane do you use it?
Only if it calls for it. Now,
what cars call for high octane? I'm so sorry. I don't drive ever, really, so
it says it on the car or in the manual. A lot of people have no idea, which is why it's so important to actually find out. Because if you use premium in a car that calls for regular, not only are you reducing your fuel mileage, you're also going to lose a half a second going from 0 to 60.
Oh, which, I mean, Kelly likes to do that all the time.
Talk about the Defender moving quick.
Yeah.
She wants to move fast.
I mean, I don't even know.
In addition to that, if you're fueling up with your engine on, that could trigger your check engine light to come on.
Okay.
The red check engine light on your car is directly related to your fuel and emissions light, which means check out the gas cap here.
Okay.
There is a seal on the gas cap. Yeah. It's just rubber. Eventually, rubber breaks down, it gets brittle, it gets cracked, which would emit a fuel leak. Changing a gas cap is less than $50, and now they make fuel gas caps that have locks in it because gas prices are so ridiculously high.
Are people like stealing gas?
They're siphoning gas.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because prices are outrageous, keep getting worse. All right, we've got more tips when we come back for fuel efficiency here at Auto Week Online. We are back with certified mechanic Audra Fordin discussing fuel efficiency tips. All right, so what about maintaining the car?
That's the answer right there. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. To get the most efficiency out of your car and keep it in peak condition is to do the maintenance.
So pay attention.
Pay attention to motor oil. Motor oil is maintenance that's not directly related to gas, but will increase your gas mileage by having your engine in its best performance. And you need to do your oil changes based off of what the manufacturer recommends. There's different kinds of oil, and each one needs different kinds of intervals for service.
Did you like working on the cars from back in the day, or these new complicated ones that need chips? What's more fun to work on?
Well, the old muscle cars were fun, and that is how I started working on cars when I was a kid. And these days now, with the computer technology, we've just had to evolve, go through training, and then learn how to fix the cars that are coming up now.
This is a car that someone drives here on our staff. Does this seem unusually
It seems very clean
for a car that somebody drives allegedly?
And doesn't even live in the city.
I appreciate when somebody takes the time to make sure that their car is taken care of. So I'm all for
well, Dave,
it.
we
But
appreciate
this,
it.
but
Thank
this
you.
part on the inside, do you wash the inside of this part?
Not necessarily, but it looks really good.
Your driving habits are important too, right? Tell us about that.
You know, with the air filter, when the air filter is clogged, it's like a person who is trying to struggle to take in air. Your car takes in fresh air in order to breathe. If the air filter is clogged, will cost you 10% in fuel economy. Make sure that your air filter is changed because that's going to give you the best performance as well.
Is that his air filter? Does his
No,
air
that's new.
filter look
This
like
is
that?
brand spanking
new.
new.
I wanna
And
get
this
in
is
there
what it's
and
supposed
see
to
what
look
your
like
air
when it's
filter
new,
looks like.
beautiful and
Yeah,
clean.
it should look like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with driving habits, of course, there are some cars now with new technology that are designed with auto start.
Oh.
Auto start is designed while you're sitting at a stoplight or a stop sign for too long. After 20 seconds, will actually shut off the car. This is wonderful for your fuel economy because you're not wasting gas sitting idling. If you're sitting there idling, shut your car off because you know how much mileage you're getting when you're sitting there driving
You're not
nowhere.
getting anything, right?
Zero.
It's like-
But when you're
eating
at
empty
the
calories.
stop and then you go again, you don't have to restart the car. It starts automatically, right?
When you
I've
press
been
the
in
gas.
I've been in those cars where, you know, where Mark will step down on the gas
And it starts, and it goes.
starts. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what just happened?
Right.
And he goes, oh, the car stops for fuel.
The automobile's a really fascinating thing. You should really spend some time with them. They're interesting.
I'm a New Yorker. I swear I walk everywhere.
What about the fast pass? That's important too, so you don't have to stop and start going through the toll.
Yeah, I think of the fast pass and aggressive driving kind of in the same category because when you're already at high speeds, when you're on the highway and the fast pass comes up, if you're going to coast through it and allow the car to downshift before you apply the brake, that's going to give you the best fuel economy, about 15% you're going to save.
So my mother complains that she says that I gun it and then stop. I gun it and then stop. Is that bad?
Well, it's bad for your pocket if you want to save money on fuel, of course, because you're
she
wasting
seems to think
your
it's not
gas.
so comfortable.
Because you drive with both
like I said,
feet?
I just try and no.
They call it
I'm trying to
jackrabbit.
get there faster, right?
That's
so
jackrabbit.
So you
all
like
right.
hit it,
You hit it and then you slow down. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That makes people seasick,
Well-
particularly if they're in the back.
Listen, she wants a free ride to exercise class. You know, she's gonna have to put up with the
Listen,
ride.
while you're on the way to exercise class, if you're using the highway, make sure that you use your cruise control.
Okay.
Using your cruise control is going to maintain a speed. Your car is at high gear, and it's only running at one speed. Without you actually
Yeah, it
accelerating
seems
or
smart.
decelerating or hitting your brake, that is the way to get your optimal gas
where
mileage.
he drives, he's in LA, so it's like he's either on the 405 or the 101.
And you don't move on any
and
of
there's
those.
there's no movement.
There's no
it's more like
space.
sitting there
Yeah.
and saying I'll be 20 minutes late because it takes 20 minutes, but really that's
LA driving.
It's LA
Yeah.
driving, yeah.
Yeah.
This is good stuff, so make sure you're paying attention to all of Audra's tips. Audra's Woman Auto Know info is up on our website, kellyryan.com. Good to see you. We'll be right back with the inbox here online.